What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome back to another episode of the Toy Cool channel. We are on part number 5, the last part of our Stunticon series, and the last one is Breakdown. He is one of the limbs of Menasor, and like the other 4, we will show you how to combine him, how to transform him, and how to make him into one of the baddest combiners in the Transformers world, Menasor. But we also have a bonus. We have, just like the aerial bots who showed Power Glide turning into a weapon, we have another Decepticon. This one was not in the original G1 series or G1 cartoons. This is Blackjack. He turns into a purple car, but I suppose he also turns into a weapon. Hopefully that's the case. If not, then he would be a nice bonus to the series. So stay tuned and check out our next few episodes. So here we have Breakdown, and we've opened his box. We've done quite a review of his box earlier, but then that's his alt mode. So what is in the box? We have the manual. It says Breakdown. It pretty much shows you how to transform him from the robot mode that he came in and transform him to his alt mode. At the same time, also shows you how to transform him into one of Menasor's limbs. He is a right leg. And unfortunately, this one does not come with a collector's card, but it comes with a comic book. As you can see, that is Breakdown. And it's got a nice comic book. There's RC on the page. There's I think that's Wheeljack, and there are some other Transformers in their Cybertronian mode, I think. I haven't had much time to read through this. Anyway, that's Combine Wars Breakdown. At the back, it just shows you the robot mode and the alt mode. It has a character profile, which we will get into later when we do our character review. And the main event, you have Breakdown. Yep, looks the same. Pretty much looks the same. Wouldn't be much if he didn't. Then we have what seems to be a blaster that's got a blade running across it. Let's give a closer look once we take him out of these I think strip ties, or I'm sorry, twist ties, plastic ties, whatever. And then this could be a foot. So let's free him up. So yeah, he's free from his shackles, and this is Breakdown. Let's break down, and break him down. Nice, guys. It says 1 racing, 15 racing. Is that 15 racing? Oh yeah, there he goes. That's him. That's him. Set this aside. And the other items on the clamshell. Yep, you have what appears to be a blaster, but could also be held upright with a boy. No, nothing. Nope, it's not sharp. Well, be careful. So it's, if you hold it this way, it looks like a shotgun, or looks like a blaster with a grenade launcher or something that looks like what comes out of a Schwarzenegger movie. But if you hold it like this, it's a sword. It's a samurai sword. And the other attachment, oops, stand up, bro. Stand up. You're embarrassing me. And the other item here on the clamshell, pretty typical of Combine Wars, is that this can be a hand, a thumb, or a foot. Okay, now this looks like a foot because Breakdown is a leg. So when he transforms into that leg, this is something that would be inserted. probably to his feet, and it would turn into Menosaur's foot. Okay, that's too close, can't focus. Okay, so let's talk about Breakdown. So here we have Breakdown. He is probably the most paranoid out of all the Stunticons. That's his thing. He's a member of the Decepticons, and he, like I said, is a member of the subgroup Stunticons. He forms Menasor together with the other four, and he was first seen on episode 40, in episode 40, season 2, Key to Vector Sigma 1, just like the other Generation 1 Stunticons. And he has been one of the coolest looking figures that ever came out of this line. In 1986 or 1987, when the first original toy came out, he was patterned after a Lamborghini Countach. Now that might be familiar to Transformer fans, because that, I believe, is also the alt node of Sideswipe and Sunstreaker, the twins, the Autobot twins that first showed us how cool Lamborghinis are when they turn into robots. So, like I said, his character is more aligned with his name. He's paranoid. He's always worried about something. He's almost on the verge of an emotional breakdown. So, hence the name. In fact, part of the Transformers mythos is that he is so worried about things that when he shakes, he causes other robots around him or vehicles around him to also break down. So that's a little bit about this particular character. This one is the Combine Wars iteration. He was released as a deluxe figure in 2015, together with the other Stunticons that we featured in previous episodes. Now, his alt mode is, well, you might say, oh, that's a Countach. No, this is more of a pattern after I think it's a Lamborghini Diablo crossed with, say, a Cody or Code Zero. And the paint job is white with a little bit of indigo and some red on the hood, where you have the Decepticon logo. He has that decal on the windshield that says 15 Racing or 15 Racing. His paint job is pretty cool. The way he stands is pretty solid, except if you worry about adding these things. Now, there are other toys that came out. Well, the G1, as I mentioned, was a Lamborghini Countach. Now, for the G2, they came out with, like the others, except for off-road, they came out with a G2 playset, or the G2 box set for Menasor. And instead of this color scheme, they came out with a green or teal with dark gray and purple colorway. So it blends itself to the other Stunticons who have that garish, very loud, almost psychedelic G2 theme. Fortunately, for those of you who don't like that, the Unite Warriors came out with a color that is similar to his G1 colorway, or say, I'm sorry, the Combiner Wars colorway, but instead of the decal or the 15 Racing on the windshield, it does not have that. So he is also part of the Unite Warriors box set, Menasor box set, together with, I believe, in that they have Wild Rider, who is also patterned after is it Dead End? Yeah, he's patterned after Dead End. He's also Ferrari Italia. So that's the different variations. Now, last but not the least, on our list of Stunticons, we have a smaller car, Blackjack. He is not part of the G1. This guy is Blackjack. Blackjack. Takes about 7 steps to transform him. Right over there. Right, it says right there. 7 steps. Oops. Oops. Too close, too close. There you go, 7. I see it. Okay, Blackjack is a mini bot. Well, looks like a mini bot. He's a Legends class, and it was released in 2015. And he is part of the Sports Car Patrol. Now, there's not much can be said about him because, like I said, there's not much history. He is an honorary member of the Stunticons, and he is not a weapon. Unlike, I've been saying that in the past few episodes when we introduced him, that he might turn into a weapon, or I'm sorry, I said that a while ago, that he might turn into a weapon just like Power Glide for the aerial boats, but aerial bots. But he doesn't. He turns into a chest piece, I think, for Menasor, or it could be just this. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten around to building him into Menasor, but he is. So there's nothing to talk about in terms of classic, but he transforms into a black sports car. So you can see he's mostly purple internals, and when you transform him, he turns into a black and gold sports car. Now, he's also part of the G2 box set together with the other Stunticons, but in that particular box set, he has a different colorway, just like the others. He's purple and blue, not purple and black. Now, good thing about this particular mold is that he has been retooled to turn into Combine Wars Rodimus, who is part of the Optimus Prime Combiner. I think it's Optimus Maximus or something. We'll get to that later. We have the parts for that, but that will be part of our future episodes. Okay, to summarize, this is Breakdown, and I'm not really fond of this figure. One of the things about it is it's not really easy to transform him. There's a lot of jimmying him into position, and particularly the leg transformation is a little awkward for me to transform him to his alt mode. Plus this particular section where you have to move a certain portion and then move the windshield. It's very tricky because, especially when you're transforming him from alt mode to the robot mode, there is a possibility if you flip it the wrong way, or you try to pry it open the wrong way, a little bit too hard or a little bit too quickly, you might break it because it's just hanging on by that simple peg there. So I'm not a fan of this. As far as playability is concerned, I'll give it a 2 out of 5, and I'm being generous with the 2. As far as the G1 look, I'd give it another 2 out of 5. They did a lot of things with this particular figure that took it too far away from its G1 origins. Now, as far as the color is concerned, pretty much there, it's the same, but that's about it. That's where the similarities end. First look, yes, it might look like the G1, but upon closer inspection, there's a lot of difference. Now, as far as desk appeal is concerned, again, it's a 2 out of 5 for me. He just looks clunky in the legs. And he looks too slim and too emaciated, I would say, or too thin or slim up top. He doesn't have that bulk that goes through the entire figure. I I do have to say this though. In alt mode, he looks better. So if you want to display him on the desk or on your shelves, I would prefer that he be displayed in alt mode. And as far as his integration into the Superion, the Menasor combiner, that's what we will do at the end of the series when we review the entire Stunticon line and put them and build them together as Menasor. But with that, overall, as a figure, as a toy, this is a fail for me. It's about an average 2 out of 5 stars. I'm not a fan. I just have to have it. You just have to have it so you can build Menasor. I think it's the same when he joins in the Unite Warriors and the G2 box set. So with that ends our review of Breakdown. Hopefully you stay tuned until the end of the series where we build them together as Menasor. That's the toy review. Character history of Blackjack. Not much of a history. Honestly, I'd go straight to it. I don't like this. Honestly, I don't like this. It's one of those things, it's very gimmicky, you know. I like how it looks in alt mode. I'll give you that. But as far as the overall appeal, playability is concerned, it's nice. But even the spoilers that you put on the back is now an axe. It's just, I'm sorry, Hasbro. It's just lazy designing. It's just, you know, there's not a lot of thought put into it. Then having Blackjack come together as a chess piece is another reason why I don't like it. But we'll get into that when we show you Menasor. But the overall look, playability wise, I prefer the Power Glide version, or the Power Glide of the aerial bots compared to Blackjack. So I'd give this a 0, maybe a 1 for playability. G1, he was not in G1. I'll tell you that. He was not in G1. So I'd give him a 0, 2. That's the second low score. Lastly, desk appeal. Colors work. That's a good way to put it. The colors work, but size, posability, not really there. I'd give it a 1, maybe 2. And then, you know, not to mention the fact that the ball joint here can get really loose real quick. So you have to find the right position for him, otherwise he's shaky. So overall, I'd give this figure a 1. A 1. And I'm being generous. Only reason the only way he goes up to a 2, maybe a 2.5, is when he's in assault mode. But as far as him as a robot, I would rather not. If I had a choice of getting him or not getting him, if he didn't make any relevance or any impact to Menasor, I'd probably not get it. As a completist, I probably would. So I'm torn. I just I would like to complete a set. That's why he's here. But if my life depended on it, or my collecting life depended on it, I wouldn't. If I had one figure to get and this one's on the shelf, I'd not. So bad Hasbro. Could have done better. So that ends our review with Blackjack. The name, my goodness, the name. It's just anyway, so that ends my exasperated review of Blackjack, and hopefully we could get more positive things out of the next reviews that we make. Don't forget to click on like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you'll be notified when we when we post new material. So with that, thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you on our next episodes, and happy collecting.